So like like this past week at dinner time, we're just like eating dinner as a cute little family. And then Nora has like food all over her hands and she like keeps trying to like touch Colt and Colt's like, Nora, like wipe your hands. Like, I don't want you to touch me with your dirty hands. So then she like wipes her hands off and then she's just like putting her hand like all cute on Colt and she just keeps eating. And then she just like puts her hand again. She's like, and he's like, what, honey? And she's like, I'm just happy you're here. And it was literally Colt and I looked at each other and just like immediate tears in our eyes. We're like, okay, Nora.
That's so cute.
It was really so sweet. We were like, oh my goodness, okay.
She has to touch her dad just to say like,
just and just the way, I'm just happy you're here. We're just like, oh my gosh.
Good thing you're wearing sunglasses.
I know, right?
My goodness. Hey everybody, you're listening to Discussions with Heidi, Nat, and Kim.
We're three sisters who talk about anything and everything while playing trivia.
We can't promise we'll always stay on topic, but we can promise we'll always be safe for work. Thanks for listening, and we hope you enjoyed today's episode. Today, we are going to talk about traditions, any type of tradition really, that we think need to no longer be a thing. So traditions that need to die because they're stupid or things we don't understand why they're still around. So I'll go first.
All right.
Matching bridesmaid dresses. Do you know how stressful it is? I'm sure you do. Like just the stress of getting everybody in the same dress. Making sure that like everybody is like
looks good.
Everybody looks good in the same dress. But like making sure that it has a whole range of sizes and it's not too expensive for everybody to like either buy or you to buy for them. And like I couldn't handle the stress, so I didn't do that. Anyway. Yeah, I mean, it is pretty rough. Or like I feel like there should be like a cutoff for bridesmaids. Cause when people have like 20 bridesmaids, I'm like, whoa. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's a little much for me.
Yeah.
Didn't you have like 6?
Yeah,
I mean, not a lot.
Which, I mean, some people just have a lot of siblings or like a lot of siblings who are married too. Mm-hmm. So like, I understand that. But when they just have like 20 friends, I'm like, whoa.
I know.
First of all, who has that many friends? Second of all, that good of friends to be bridesmaids. Third of all, yeah, I don't know.
It's a whole list. See,
well, that's why I think I like that a lot more people have been doing this thing where they get the same color dress. And then they can pick different styles of dresses.
Like just like a color scheme.
Yeah. Or like a color scheme or,
yeah. Yeah, but to have the same dress, that's just stressful to me.
It's stressful.
Yeah.
Anyway, Nat, do you have one?
I honestly didn't think of a lot, but I guess with weddings, just because we've been doing your wedding and things. I think I'm just not really like a super fancy person. And I feel like a lot of people aren't. And then they feel like they have to all of a sudden like become these like fancy people for weddings. And it's like, why? Like, I really do not give 2 craps about like the ribbon on the chair and like what way it looks and where the bow's tied and how it's tied. And they're like ask me all these things. And I'm like, I really just don't care. Yeah. Like, I'm not that kind of person. And it just annoys me that like we're all of a sudden expected to be like these like fake fancy people for a day.
Yeah, I actually wrote that down because I couldn't think of a lot of things that I actually came up with a list of things that I do like traditions that I don't hate. But one of the ones I said that I wish we could step away from is the lavish wedding. Like normalize intimate weddings with just the people that you want and
like
keep
it
small.
Like simple, small.
And make it true to who you are as a couple. Yeah. Because you don't want to all of a sudden, like, yes, gifts are nice. And that is partially the reason why people even do receptions or big weddings. But it's also like, remember the whole point of the wedding day is just you. Like, honestly, I could have married Jeff anywhere. And I think that's what matters. Like, at the end of the day, if you would marry this person in a city hall or have the reception at a city hall or like in just a small intimate, like Jeff and I just had a drive-by reception. And I'll ask him from time to time, like, do you regret that? And he's like, not at all. And so I think he and I both have realized, like, yes, that would have been nice to have everyone there, but is it true to who we are as people? No, we do not like to be social, first of all. That freaks us out. And so that's another thing that I think comes with the bigger wedding is the expectation to be social, which is why I go into like my thing that I think I've mentioned to you guys is the receiving line that you see at a lot of LDS weddings. And I understand the why of it all. I get it. You want to greet every guest, but there is a way to go about it without the bride and groom and their families having to just stand there for 2 hours and not even get to enjoy anything.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like you don't get to enjoy your wedding. Like, you can still, like, go around table to table and greet people. Like, that's what my friends did for their wedding. They didn't do a receiving line, but instead they went around to each table and said hi to everyone. That way they were still socializing with people that were there, but we didn't have to wait in a line to, because, like, a lot of people have it set up where the receiving line is right at the entrance. So people walk in and you have to walk and say hi to everyone and then make your way around to like the food and find a table. And like, it's just a whole, I kid you not, one time my friends and I were in a line for like an hour waiting just to say hi to the bride.
We had a really long line at my wedding. And like, it was cool to like see everybody coming and supporting. But yeah, I wish there was kind of like more of like a filter, I guess, like only people coming that like you really actually have a relationship with that you want to like see and like talk for a minute. Because like, and like I'm grateful they came and like for their support, but a lot of Colton's mom's relatives came. Like there were so many Mehmets, and they were like, "Hi, nice to meet you," and then like I just don't remember because it's like you're not gonna remember that you meet these people. Like we'll be talking about someone and Colt's like, "Oh yeah, we met them on our wedding." I'm like, "Okay, like
5 years ago."
yeah, like.
Yeah.
Well, like, as a wedding photographer too, from that side of it, it was rough. And I would make sure that I would be in charge. Sorry, I missed with the table. I would be in charge of making sure that the bride and groom had water and food, because that's another thing that comes from that is like you kind of forget to enjoy your wedding day because it's the tradition of you have to say hi to everyone because they showed up, they came all the way from wherever to come, and it's like, okay, great, I appreciate that, but why?
Like, I mean, on my wedding day, I was just so frazzled and trying to figure out everything that like I didn't really say hello to a lot of people. And part of me kind of regrets it because it's like, yeah, they are there for me to like support me and everything. But another part of me is like, I didn't have the time to go up to everybody and be like, hey, thank you for coming, and talk with them for a little bit to make them feel comfortable. You know, like they came for me. Yes, they didn't really see me much, but like the support is like what meant a lot to me for them just to be there. So, yeah, I mean.
So do you wish that you would have had something like that then?
I wish things had kind of been a little bit more uniform and more put together, which is not your guys' fault, but like the weather and everything that like kind of messed everything up. I wish everything was kind of more already done so that I feel like I was just running around trying to do everything. Like, not really doing everything, but like just making sure everybody was good. And then like I got food and I ate it, but then I think I was so tired that I just was like, I just want to go. So I don't know. I don't know what I would change, but yeah, I don't think receiving lanes are worth it. It's just too much.
Yeah, like I said, I understand the why of it, so I want to say I don't think it's bad to say hi to people, but I do think there's a better way of going about it that is good for everyone involved. Yeah. Like I said, there was one time like my friends and I, we were first of all late because of traffic, and so we didn't even get there until like 45 minutes after the reception started. But when we got there was a line out the door of the reception hall for the receiving line, and we couldn't even like get into a table until like an hour and 15 minutes after we got there. And so that's when I was like, but again, it was also a double wedding. So there was the factor that these two sisters decided to get married the same day. Oh, okay. And they wanted to the parents were just like, let's just do it all in one day. So there's a ton of people there. So there's a lot of factors added on to that. But I think there were only like 300 people at the reception. And for an hour line to just say hi to like everyone's family, because you're not only doing the bride's families, which is just the same family, but the groom's family. So that's an extra family.
Oh yeah, that's also something. Like, why do the parents have to be in
exactly?
line?
Why can't it just be the bride and groom?
Like, yeah,
I don't get that. Yeah, and
well, that's because they invited the people that they care about and
It's
you've
true,
never met,
right?
you know. So
But
it
yeah,
kind of
but then it's just the same thing. Why can't they just like go find them? and
Yeah,
say hi? Like, why does there have to be a line?
Goes back to the why can we make things more intimate? Why do our parents feel the need to invite
Yeah.
Shirley that they worked
Why
with 15 years ago?
That's the tradition that I don't like. Is like I feel like there's this tradition of like moms, like the mother of the bride. It's like it reflects on her, like how the wedding goes and like the reception and everything. And I think that's just so stupid.
Yeah, I agree.
I had a smaller intimate thing. We didn't do like a reception really. It was more like a small reception luncheon type thing. And I feel like that was really nice just because like it really was people that I knew and really did care about that did show up that I did invite. So yeah, just like seeing everybody there and knowing like me knowing each person there was like really special to me. Instead of just like having a whole bunch of randos show up and you're like, who are you? Like, why are you here? But anyway.
That's the thing, like with my first wedding, my mom really just I love you, Gabby, if you're listening, because she says she does listen sometimes. I love you, but you know how hard I struggled with this. Like it just brought on so much anxiety, like finding out what fabric the napkins needed to be, what the tablecloth needed to look like, that I like would lash out at her, and I apologize for that behavior. But at the same time, it was like it felt like I was so removed from the planning process that the wedding was not a reflection of who I am as a person at all. And I think that was a bad way to start that particular relationship or marriage in that way, because I feel like I was already going into it like this is not who I am. Like this is not who like what I wanted to be, because my mom had her own vision. And again, love my mom dearly, but yeah, it was just like a lot. And so after that, with mine and Jeff's wedding, I was like, listen, I love you, but this is going to be what Jeff and I wanted to be. Like, this is going to be how we, like, I was surprised that she was okay with us not doing a cake, because that's the tradition, doing a cake. Like, we did Krispy Kreme donuts. And so I was very surprised. My parents were like, all right, that's fine. Like,
did you set a timer?
I did.
Oh, yep. Anyway, well, like, even, like, we only did a cake because Wesley wanted a cake. I wasn't planning on doing one. But I'm glad we did, because I truly think that, like, that's kind of a fun tradition. I'm not gonna lie, like, cutting the cake. I don't know where that tradition came from or why it's important, but I think it's fun to smash cake in each other's faces. And it's, like, more of a show for everybody else.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah. So, like, you still give that entertainment value, but, like, it's also between you and your spouse, you know?
Well, we did it because me and Jeff don't really love cake. Yeah. So we were like...
Which is fine. Like, honestly, I liked your idea, especially because, like, you did a drive-by thing. Like, you can't, like, give people cake in a car, you know? Like, you could... A donut, you could, you know? So, like, that made sense.
We had them pre-packaged, and, yeah. So
it was really cute.
It was a good time. It was
good. It turned out really good.
In the end of January.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, it was snowing that day. So, yeah, I know and Jeff has no memory of this, but he wore a flannel for our reception. He's like, no, I didn't. I stayed in my suit the whole day.
No, he did not.
And I'm like, no, you did not. And he claims, he's like, I promise.
Didn't you change too?
I changed into, like, not my wedding dress, but it was like just a dress, like what would people would probably like leave a reception in, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I was like, well, he's not wearing a suit. He's wearing a flannel. Like,
my friend did for her, like, lunch or dinner. She changed into, like, just a nicer dress instead of her wedding dress, and then changed back into it for her reception. So nice. I just wore mine the entire time. And, like, when I took it off, I was like, whoa, I can actually move.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, yours was really simple, like you said, true to who you are. I just, like, can't get over, like, when people spend, like, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars on a wedding. Like, why?
If you have the money, great. But at the same time, why?
Like, why do you need the fabric napkins that cost so much money when you can just, you know?
Yeah, same thing with the honeymoon. I mean, yours was the Grand Canyon, right? You guys did that for your honeymoon?
No, we went to St. George.
Oh, for your first anniversary, you went to the Grand Canyon. You went to St. George. We went to St. George. I loved it. Very simple.
Yeah.
But you guys went to Mexico. We just also didn't have the money. Jeff paid for our honeymoon, and he planned all of it, which props to him. but we kept it simple because I really
That
was
same
like,
with us.
I don't want to do anything. Like, it's the honeymoon. You're supposed to, like, now it's that part of the story where it's like, now you have to learn how to, like, share a bed with someone and, like have fun, but also just, like, still learning each other. Because Jeff and I, like, had, like, we had the best conversations on our honeymoon. Just, like, we'd go into deep, not that we didn't do that before we got married, but it was like, now we're married. Let's talk about things like
basically
kids. When's that happening? Like all those things. So
our deep conversations that we have are literally right when we're about to go to bed, and it like
pillow talk.
I'm like, I love it because like he actually like talks to me, but I'm like, why couldn't you have like brought this up like 2 hours earlier? You know, we're not supposed to go to sleep, because then it makes both our brains just go crazy, like thinking, and then we just don't sleep. And so like it just like it's hard, but part of me. Don't worry, Wesley, I love you, and the trip was really fun. But part of me wishes that we didn't leave right away. Part of me was like, I liked the trip, but I think I would have enjoyed it more if I had more time to kind of like wind down a little bit and then go. Because I feel like a honeymoon should be about just the two of you, and like nobody else should really be involved. But like when we were just surrounded by so many people all the time, it was just kind of like, and in a language that I didn't know, and it was overwhelming. And so like being there, I was just like, we are not even like learning anything about each other, you know, like we aren't even like talking. We're just like trying to get to one point to the next point. And so like that was really hard for me. But then I finally was like, Wesley, I just need a day to do nothing and to just like hang out with you. And so like he was like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. And so our like little hotel place had like a rooftop pool. And
there it is.
The rooftop pool was really, really nice. We just kind of spent the afternoon just like chilling, and exactly what I needed for the next day when we could do like more walking and stuff. So anyway,
pause for the trivia question. Do you want me to just go?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to talk about movies. Which film has this quote? Carpe diem, seize the day, boys, make your lives extraordinary. Is it Good Will Hunting?
Good Will Hunting.
Dead Poet Society.
Oh wait,
Dead Poet Society.
That's the
Ferris Bueller's Day Off, or The Breakfast.
Dead Poet Society.
Dead Poet Society.
Correct.
I've never seen it, but that sounds like something they would say.
I just know that's the one with like, oh Captain, my Captain, like that poem that they share. Oh no. Yeah. Anyway.
Cool.
Did you guys have any other like wedding traditions?
Well, I have one that's like an anniversary tradition. The traditional anniversary gifts that you give, which is like paper, cotton.
We did not follow those at all.
Me and Jeff have been pretty good about it, because I told him, I was like, I'm not a traditional girl. Let's be real. But that's one of the traditions. I was like, let's just try it. Like,
what is the tradition?
So every year, on your anniversary, you give a gift that is based off a specific like textile, if you will. So the first year's paper. So for our first anniversary, I got Jeff a Polaroid camera because he wanted one, and then he got me the Kindle Paperwhite. Oh. And then for our second anniversary, we got a new mattress, and that was our whole thing, and new pillowcases and all that. So cotton. So I was like, okay, we're in the cotton anniversary, and every year is a different thing. Like, and then you get into like 20 years and it's like more lavish, like gold and silver and diamond and all that stuff. But like every year is a different thing. I don't know what the third year is, but I'll let you guys know. That's one that I like. I understand why people don't do it, but I was like, I kind of like it because it kind of forces me and Jeff to
try new things. Yeah.
Yeah. But we were like, let's get a new mattress. So we got a new mattress, and I think we got it in the fall, but we counted it as our anniversary gift because we were like, we need a mattress. Let's just go all out. And then new bedding and stuff to add on to that. So yeah. So that's one of my non-wedding ones. One that I thought of that is a Hispanic tradition that I hate. Is smashing the cake into someone's face
for their birthday.
Yeah. I think it's so ridiculous, so obnoxious. And for those that don't know, what happens is, like, if it's your birthday, you're sitting in front of the cake, everyone's singing to you, and at the end, there's someone that is right there that's supposed to smash your face into the cake. and it hurts. It's caused like nosebleeds in my family. Like, oh, it's just outrageous what people are willing to do for that. And that's the cake that people eat from. So you have like a face imprint, and like people are cutting around. Yeah, it's
that's weird.
Too much. There's things that are too much, but anyway.
No, thank you. Not a fan.
Yeah, so that was the one I thought of. That was like personal, because my family does that.
My thing, I feel like I'm getting in trouble by saying this. I think we've kind of talked about this before, but like giving gifts, especially for like Mother's and Father's Day, sounds horrible, but only because you have to find a gift for like their birthday and Mother's Day or Father's Day, and then Christmas when they already have everything that they need, and it just becomes like a huge problem when you're trying to find a gift that they don't already have or that they want. And then like I think we should just pick one and make it big. You know?
I disagree. I think we just need to focus more on like experiences now.
Yeah.
Because it's like you said, they have everything they want. What they really want is time with us.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But like more frequent time, not just like one big thing, but like do something every time. I don't know. That's just how I feel.
All right.
Sorry, that was the next trivia thing.
All right.
It really is random.
How much does an ultimate frisbee player make an hour? Is it
like a professional?
Like a professional.
Okay, all right.
Frisbee player.
All right.
$24 an hour. $54 an hour. $46 an hour. Or $76 an hour.
46.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
46. Yeah, 46.
54.
Really?
What?
Wow, okay.
They make some good money.
Nah, there you go.
That game is so fun. I love playing Ultimate
You should be a professional.
Yeah, definitely not good enough for that, but it's fun.
It's a fun thing. Okay, I have a controversial tradition. I'm sorry, because I'm probably gonna. Some people might feel attacked. Hunting for sport. I don't understand it. Yeah. We don't need it anymore.
Yeah.
And I just don't like to see innocent animals hung up on a shrine. Like, yeah, look how big this was. Like,
yeah, and it's dangerous too. Just like even just for the hunters, because like there's always somebody that gets hurt on a hunting trip when it could have just been not done, and nobody would have been hurt. You know?
Yeah. I get it, but I don't.
That's how I feel. Like I understand the tradition.
Well, like Colton's family calls it like hiking with guns a lot, just because they just like to be in the mountains. That's really what it is. Mm-hmm. But like they just
then go on a hike.
I know, but like they could do different things. Yeah, I don't know.
No, like I understand it, and I know that brings a lot of families together, doing that every year or every hunting season for whatever they're hunting. But man, I just don't understand. And maybe that's because I don't come from a family that hunts. Like my dad didn't really have that. I think maybe my grandparents' families did that when they were growing up, but
yeah,
I think they also did it for food because they lived in the mountains of Colorado and then California. So yeah, I don't know. That's just one thing I just didn't understand.
Yeah, no, that's a good one.
For me, it's like expensive birthday parties for like your like your 1-year-olds.
I agree with that one.
I feel like like when they turn 1, it's like a big birthday. I understand that, but to spend like a lot of money on a birthday party just for a kid who's never gonna remember it, like that doesn't make any sense.
That's how I feel about most birthday parties, because like again, Hispanic tradition, the quinceañera. Okay, you throw this wedding-like party for your 15-year-old daughter who looks like a giant cupcake in tulle, and it's like I just hate the outfits, to be honest. But when my parents like before I turned 15, my parents asked me like, okay, what do you want? Do you want money or do you want a party? And as a 15-year-old, I was like, I want money. And I'm glad I did that, because my parents probably would have gone into debt, like trying to throw this party that is just tradition at this point, because it started off as a Catholic tradition and now it's turned into, oh yeah, that's where she becomes a woman. It's like, okay, like why do we have to like, go broke for this? Like, why can't it just be like, yes, it's a big deal, this is a big birthday, but
You know what's
This
crazy?
is something else.
So Colton and I just went on a cruise with his work. They paid for it. So nice. But there was a quinceañera party there.
No.
Like
way.
30 people. And there was one night, it was like the fancy night of the cruise line, and they were all in their dresses, and like they were doing like the line, and like I was like,
It's a
girl, I
lot.
was like, did her parents pay for everyone to go on the cruise? And like
Mhm.
they like reserved a room and had like a whole thing. I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, people like spent
So
thousands
much.
of dollars on this. And again, maybe because I didn't have that, but I just don't understand it. And I was invited to a lot growing up, but man, I just don't understand. Like, why? I had a big 1 year party. I don't remember it. My mom always says like, oh yeah, we had a clown, we had a magician, we had this, we had that, at bounce house. I was 1 year
Yeah.
old. Like,
I think Natalie does a great job with her like 1-year-old parties because it's like she just invites the family and then cake smash, even though your kids like decided not to do it.
No, Bear did
Did a little bit.
He didn't want people watching
But
him.
like Nora was like,
that was partly my fault though, I feel like, because for some reason I didn't think to put her in the high chair. I just had her on like the floor.
oh,
Like, I don't know, I just think it was weird for her.
Yeah, Bear didn't start eating his until we all like started
He was
talking.
eating
But he
it
went
though.
ham.
He ate so much of that cake.
Was in it. I swear, on his own. Just
that was fun. I'm glad I got to make the cake for it. Like it was just kind of a fun adventure.
Yeah, that was an awesome cake too. It was so impressive. I honestly like
It looked like a bear.
straight up. I was like, yeah, it's just gonna be like you'll be able to tell it's like a homemade cake. It was good. It was like really good. It was so good.
Well, I wanted it to be good. And I was like, well, maybe I'll just start making the cake for every 1-year-old's party.
It honestly relieved so much stress though, because like we were already like trying to.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I just like doing it where it's like there is like a cute little theme, but like it's more about just like getting everyone together and just
having a good time.
Like, yeah,
that's what we should do. Just make it more family centered than like materialistic centered.
Yeah,
because like I don't know, I had a good time at both parties for the kids for their first year.
Too.
So, and it wasn't anything crazy, and it was hilarious seeing the kids just obsess over the Dollar Tree gifts, and I'm just like. Cool. Why do we spend so much money on these?
No, really.
The Dollar Tree.
Yeah.
Yep.
Did the timer go off for trivia, or did I
It
mention that? Okay.
It did.
Should I
So
go?
is your turn.
Okay.
All right.
What? What is the color? Sorry, I wrote this so fast. My handwriting is so bad. What is the color of Donald Duck's tie?
Yellow?
Red.
Red?
Is it red? Is it yellow? Hold on. Give us the options.
Yeah, okay. Red, yellow, blue, or white.
Oh, now I'm thinking it's.
Does he even have a tie?
Yeah, he does.
It's a bow tie. Yeah.
Oh. It's probably red or blue.
Red. I think it's red or blue. Yeah. Red. I'm going to go red. That was my gut.
Red.
It's red. He has like his blue like jacket thing and then the red bow tie, and I think he has like yellow buttons or something.
Oh yeah, because he doesn't
the
have
yellow
the pants. He just has the jacket. That's right.
His little tail feathers out.
Which now that I think about it, that's hilarious that he wears like a bow tie because he's like the cranky old Donald Duck.
He's the worst. In Dreamlight Valley, isn't he the worst character?
I haven't met him yet. I just barely got Mirabelle.
Oh my gosh, Donald Duck is the worst character in Disney Dreamlight Valley. But yeah, I think that's the only reason I knew that because I recently changed his outfit to Safari Donald.
That is funny. Safari Donald.
Oh my
or Explorer Donald is calling it. But yeah, anyway.
They have like Scrooge McDuck. I'm like, what?
Yeah, he's like the Tom Nook of the capitalist. Anyway. Anyone else have other traditions that they thought of?
Well, the one where this is another wedding one, but like to freeze your cake and then eat it for your anniversary.
Oh.
I find that disgusting.
Oh yeah, that's weird to me.
I find it so nasty.
Yeah.
I actually did a photo shoot for this couple for their anniversary, and they wanted pictures of them eating their cake after, the year had gone by. They took a bite and they were both like,
oh gosh.
So I'm like, why do we preserve this then?
Plus, like, everybody knows it's like only good in the freezer for like 30 days or like whatever.
A few months at most.
Yeah. That whole year, that's just so long.
Well, that's why I like that what you guys are gonna do, or what you said you're gonna try to do, is buy the same cake but smaller every year. I think that's so smart.
That's cute.
Because then you still get to enjoy the cake that you had.
We only got literally like a taste.
It
We
was
didn't even
good.
eat it because we just got it smashed in our face, and then we left, and then everybody else, it got served, which is the point. Like, we wanted it to be served, but we wished that we had actually gotten more of it.
Mhm.
But so Wesley was like, well, why don't we just like buy a miniature version of it and eat it ourselves? And I was like, that's so true. Why don't we?
No, it was good. It tastes like an Almond Joy.
Yeah. Oof. Because it's like coconut and chocolate.
Yeah.
It was tasty for what I tasted.
I'm not gonna lie, I only tasted it after your mom tasted it.
Oh, really?
I was like, I trust her opinion. And so I was
Did she say it was good?
No, yeah, she's like, oh, this is so good, can we have to have it? And I was like,
I'm so glad she liked it.
and so I was like, see, I'll take a bite. And so, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, well, that's all the traditions I really kind of could think of that you guys already brought up.
I mean, I had ones that like, I think of things and I'm like, but it's like nice for others. Like, it doesn't need to die.
Well, that's why I was like, I do want to say this disclaimer, like, just because it works for you, like, or it works for you, great. If not, like, we're just saying
like,
how we personally, like, this is not out of anything but personal opinion and preference.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking that, I was like, I don't want to offend anyone, because like I hate the tradition in, I think it's South Asian cultures, of arranged marriages.
Oh yeah,
that needs to die.
I think
for a lot of reasons, but a lot of people love that. They want to be arranged into a marriage. So
it's like, what works for you, I guess.
Yeah. So anyway,
but yeah, like I don't know, like going more serious, I guess, like I don't even know if you would really say it's a tradition, but it's just like the culture of our society, I guess, where it's like they like praise moms so much, but then they like don't actually give them any tools to like succeed. It just drives me nuts, because they're like, yeah, go moms, but actually you don't get equal pay, and after you've spent all your years taking care of our children, like the society's children, you can come back and you'll just have to start at ground zero again, and also like just like all these things, and I'm like, okay, thanks.
There's so much to like, we can have a whole other episode about that too, like just culture of parenthood, because I also get so annoyed for some reason when people are like, and when there's a dad involved in like in the equation, and it's like, oh, is he gonna watch his kids? No, he's gonna parent them, because he's also the dad. Like,
when they say babysit, is he gonna babysit? It's like, no, he's gonna like be with his kids.
He's gonna be a dad. He's gonna be a dad. And so I don't know, like Jeff and I have talked about it. Like, you guys are great examples to us of what parenthood should look like, where there's like the equal distribution of roles, and you guys are both extremely involved in your kids' lives. And Jeff and I like admire that so much, because I feel like that's talked down a lot in society. Like, parents are being told like, have your own life, like leave your kids at home. It's like, okay, fine, you want to do that, but
there's a balance.
And there's not a right or wrong necessarily way of doing things either. And I think there's a lot of shaming that comes with parenthood.
That's the other thing I was gonna say, is like the mom shaming. It's like even among moms, like shaming each other, and it's like, why?
For the same thing.
Why? Like, you as a mom, you know, like what works for one kid doesn't for another. What works for one family doesn't for another. So like, why are you like shaming and judging and like
exactly?
And you know it's hard. Like, sometimes you just got to do what you got to do to survive for a little bit.
Exactly.
Like,
Well, I saw this video a long time ago of these moms at the park, and one of them was like breastfeeding her child, and someone else was there and like criticizing her, like, oh, why don't you just put them on formula? Like, why don't you just do this? And then like talking about like even like how the kids were dressed, and it like they would nitpick both sides of it. Like, one mom would be like, oh yeah, I put my kid in this because blah, blah, blah. Oh, but that's so dangerous. Like, what if he suffocates himself? Like, it's like all these different things that like moms are shamed for. And it's just so ridiculous. Like, why do we even do that?
I follow this lady on Instagram that I love her content, because she kind of makes fun of that. So what she does is she has these videos where she pretends she's going on like a Facebook mom group. And what she does is she puts on different things on her head to pretend like she's like different people. So she'll be like the original person. She always has a snack. She'll be like, let's see what's on the Facebook group today. And she'll like be eating this snack. And it will be like, so I can't get my baby to sleep in their crib, so I think I'm gonna co-sleep. And she's be like, oh man, oh, she's in for it. Like pulls out her snacks, and then it will be like the one mom, she's like, yeah, girl, you do what you got to do for you. And then it goes to like the next person with like a toaster on her head, and she's like, oh my gosh, that's so dangerous. And she just goes through all these like different possible responses, and it's just so funny. It's like, it's so true though. Like, you can't, like, literally, no matter what you do, somebody's gonna criticize.
Yeah.
Like, no matter what you do, somebody will. So you just got to do what you think is best. But like, I hate that. Like, we just need to stop that as a society.
Stop criticizing. Like, don't be mad if someone's house isn't sparkly clean all the time. Don't be mad at, like, I don't know, how you name your child. Like, let's just stay in your own lane. Like, if again, it's all a preference thing and a personal opinion thing. And yeah, there's so much that we can talk about with this topic alone. So, but yeah, I agree. Let's take away the culture of shame for moms and bring tools that moms can actually use, because like you said, like people always say like mothers are like the future of our society. Like they're molding the future generations. Okay, great. So why don't we have all these things for moms?
Yeah. I feel like, there's like that just like disconnect where like there's like the praise, but there isn't actually anything like concrete to back it up.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that might change in the future. I would like to see that change. But another one that I thought of that's like not so serious, Groundhog Day. Like, I actually like, that's not one that I think should die, because I know people enjoy it. But I'm also like, what is it? Why?
Yeah, why
like,
are we still doing it?
Yeah. For my her family, like that's like their tradition. They like always do stuff for it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I've never one time in my life celebrated it. You know, like we always talked about it. I still can't remember what it means if he sees the shadow.
I know. I'm like, which one is it? It's like 50-50, but and
also like St. Patrick's Day. Like, what's the point? Like,
yeah.
That's another Catholic or.
And it's like if you forget and somebody pinches you and you're just in a bad mood, you're just like, really?
Yeah. Don't pinch me. Don't touch me.
Well, that's like I just like show people my eyes the whole time. Like, I have green eyes.
Show people my eyes. Kim's like,
yeah, no, that was me in school. I hated being pinched. I was like, listen, I have green eyes. Don't pinch me. But yeah, I just think that's just a silly tradition that needs to just end. Anyway,
I think we should end with our last trivia.
Okay.
Yes.
Did we decide what our punishment was gonna be
for this one?
Yeah.
Should we be the eyelid thing?
Yeah, because we didn't.
Oh yeah, we're
eyelid.
Yeah. So the next episode, if we get this wrong, we each have to have our eyelid taped shut.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
All of them will have to do that.
Right.
Did you guys tell your husbands to do easy ones or hard ones, or just
do a hard one?
Okay.
Yeah. But he didn't know what hard meant. He's like,
I don't know.
Like,
yeah, Kim with trivia, like, what is hard? Is there a hard level for Kim?
Yeah, there is.
Okay. Which spacecraft was the first to successfully land humans on the moon?
Oh no.
Is it A, Gemini 4, B, Apollo 11, C, Voyager 1, or D, Sputnik 1?
It couldn't have been a 1, right? It's got to be like a 4 or 11.
I actually think it's Voyager.
No, really? We really?
I'm trying to think of Apollo 11. I watched the movie. Hold on. Apollo 11.
Because Apollo 13 is the disaster one.
Sputnik is a satellite, isn't it? That they sent up there, a spacecraft?
Yeah.
It's not really...
Yeah, it's not
Sputnik. It's not Sputnik. It's not... Thanks, friends, for that one.
Oh, gosh.
Okay, so I think it's B or C. B or C is what I'm going with.
Think it's Apollo 11 or Voyager 1.
If you guys think Apollo 11, let's go for it.
What do you think?
I think, Apollo 11.
Apollo 11, B.
Okay, B.
Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. What is it?
B, Apollo 11.
We are good.
I'm so glad. So I was like, I think the movie with Tom Hanks like talked about them being on the moon. So
I mean, were they on?
Oh no, Apollo 13. I love Apollo 13.
I like the joke because Kim always is like, were they on the moon? Was it really Apollo 11? Because were they really?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to him about that. That was a bad question. I'm just kidding.
I thought it was really good because we had.
Thanks for listening to Discussions. Follow us on Instagram at Discussions Podcast and slide into our DMs to tell us what you would like to hear on the show. Tune in next week for another episode with your favorite sisters.